Her phone only had $2 left. Her baby was crying, she was desperate. So she texted her brother to ask for help, but the message went to a stranger who turned out to be a CEO. And what happened next would change her entire life. This is not a love story the way you expect. It's a story about grace, about pain, about hope showing up in the most unexpected places, and it all begins with a mistake. Her name was Elise Moore. She was 28, a mother, a fighter, a woman trying to hold her world together with nothing but willpower and love. On that particular Tuesday evening, Elise sat on her worn-out couch in a small, dimly lit apartment. Her baby girl, Nora, was 6 months old and asleep in her crib. Elise's phone battery was low like everything else in her life, her hope, her energy, her bank account. She had $2.13 left, that was it. Not enough for baby formula, not enough for anything. She had already watered down the last bottle twice. Nora needed real nourishment, not guilt mixed with desperation. Elise stared at her phone with trembling hands. She didn't want to ask again, but pride didn't feed babies. With a deep breath, she typed, "Ben, I hate to ask again, but can you please send me $40 for Nora's formula? I get paid Friday. I swear I'll pay you back." And before she could second-guess herself, she hit send. The silence that followed was suffocating. She felt like a failure again. She wasn't supposed to be here. She had a college degree. She used to have a job, a plan. Now everything was survival. She closed her eyes. Across the city, in a sleek glass building that reached into the sky, a man named Jonathan Reed was finishing up a long day. He was 43. A CEO, successful, sharp, distant, known for keeping his emotions locked behind boardroom doors. His phone buzzed. He expected a notification about the Asia-Pacific deal. Instead, he read, "Ben, I hate to ask again, but can you please send me $40 for Nora's formula? I get paid Friday. I swear I'll pay you back." Jonathan blinked. This wasn't business. It wasn't meant for him. Only a few people had his private number. It had to be a mistake. Still, something about those words stopped him. The vulnerability, the exhaustion between the lines, the quiet cry behind the text. He responded, "I think you have the wrong number. I'm not Ben's." Back in her apartment, Elise's heart sank as the message came in. She had mistyped the number. Another failure. "I'm so sorry," she typed quickly. "Please ignore that." She tossed her phone aside, eyes stinging. Not from embarrassment, but from hopelessness. But then the phone pinged again. "Will your baby be okay?" the stranger asked. She hesitated. Who was this man? Why did he care? She typed back simply, "We'll manage. Sorry to bother you." But his next reply stunned her. "I could help, no strings attached." Elise scoffed. She had heard those words before. Nothing in life came without a price. "Thanks, but I don't take money from strangers," she replied. "Smart choice," he responded, "but now I'm Jonathan, not a stranger." He paused. "What formula does your baby need?" Elise stared at her screen. Why would he ask that? Why would he care? Why would you help me? She typed. Jonathan sat in his quiet office, staring out at the lights of the city. He remembered the daughter he had lost 3 years earlier. She had been 7. Her name was Emily. Cancer. The helplessness. The pain. The silence in the backseat where her voice used to be. He typed, "Let's just say I've been lucky, and I remember when I wasn't." Elise's hands hovered over the keyboard. She didn't know what to believe, but something inside her softened. "It's called gentle first care," she finally wrote. "It's the only one Nora can keep down. What's your Venmo?" She hesitated, then sent it. She could block him if things got weird. A few seconds later, her phone buzzed again. $400, Elise's breath caught. "This is too much," she typed quickly. "I can't accept this." "Think of it as help for the next few months," he wrote. "One less thing to worry about." That's when she cried, not when she lost her job. Not when her car broke down, not when her brother moved away, but now because of the kindness of a complete stranger. "Thank you," she typed. "You're welcome, Elise," he replied. "Take care of Nora." She froze. She never told him her daughter's name. The next morning, her phone buzzed again. "Hope you and Nora had a better night. I have a job offer for you." Elise blinked. "What kind of offer?" she typed. "A professional one. I run a company called Halcyon Tech. We need someone with accounting experience for a short-term project. Your brother Ben told me you're looking for work." Elise's jaw dropped. "How do you know Ben? How do you know I'm an accountant?" Jonathan replied quickly, "Your number is 1 digit off from Ben Moore's. He works in our HR department. I showed him your message. He realized it was you. He told me about your skills. Elise sat still. It made sense. Somehow, it's a 3-month contract, he continued. Could lead to full-time, want to come in for an interview. Elise had sent out dozens of job applications with no response. And now, a job found her through a wrong number. I'd like to hear more, she replied, but I need flexible hours. I don't have daycare. We offer on-site childcare, Jonathan responded. Come in tomorrow, 10 a.m. Reception will expect you. The next morning, Elise wore her only clean blazer. It was second-hand but pressed. Nora was bundled up, wide-eyed. The Halcyon Tech building was massive, glass and steel and shine. It made Elise feel small. But everything was smooth. A woman named Dana met her at the door and walked her up. The office was warm, bookshelves, a guitar in the corner, family photos. It didn't feel like a CEO's lair. You must be Elise, said a calm voice. She turned to see Jonathan Reed in person, tall, quietly confident, kind eyes. Thanks for coming, he said, shaking her hand. They sat. It was awkward at first, Jonathan began. I don't usually send money to strangers. And I don't usually take it, Elise replied. It felt strange. He nodded. Yesterday was the anniversary of my daughter's passing. She was 8, had cancer. When your message came through, I don't know, it felt like a second chance to help someone. Elise's suspicion began to fade. As for the job, he continued, handing her papers, it's real. We need someone honest to review our accounts before a merger. She glanced at the offer. The salary was more than her last full-time job. This is a lot, she whispered. You're worth it, Jonathan said. I've seen your resume. A week later, Elise began work. Each day she brought Nora, who had her own little corner in a nearby room. Dana brought coffee, checked in, smiled. Elise began reviewing records and something strange caught her eye. These numbers are off, she told Jonathan. How bad? He asked. $3 million missing over 18 months. Jonathan's face went still. Prepare a full report, he said. Tell no one, not even Ben. Later that day, the CFO, a man named Vincent Hale, appeared in Elise's doorway. Just checking the books, huh? He asked with a smirk. Just doing my job, she replied. Just remember, he said quietly, this company was fine before you came, and it'll be fine after you leave. That night, Elise received a phone call. This is Detective Allen from the Financial Crimes Unit. We'd like to speak with you about some irregularities at Halcyon. She told Jonathan immediately. He looked serious. This is happening faster than I thought, he said. I need to show you something. He opened a drawer, a file thick, marked FBI. I've been working with them, he said. Vincent's been stealing from the company, but I couldn't trust anyone inside. I needed someone outside. Someone honest. You used me, Elise whispered. I gave you a real job, he said. But yes, I also hoped you were the one who could help stop this. Before she could respond, Dana rushed in. The police are here, she said. They're saying you both stole the money. Jonathan didn't hesitate. Dana, take Elise and Nora to the safe apartment now. The safe house was quiet. Elise paced. Nora slept. At midnight, a message came. Are you safe? Who is this? She asked. It's me, Jonathan replied. The FBI is ready. Will you help us finish this? Elise looked at her daughter. She could walk away, stay silent, disappear, but she didn't. I'll be there. The next day, Elise walked into the boardroom with FBI agents behind her. Vincent was mid-speech, accusing her and Jonathan of theft. Jonathan let him finish. Let's hear another side, he said calmly. And Elise stood. For 30 minutes she explained everything. She showed records, patterns, transfers. She answered every question. Vincent went pale, then furious. He reached for something in his jacket. Jonathan stepped in front of Elise. FBI agents swarmed, tackled Vincent, arrested 2 others. It was over. Back at the office, Jonathan looked at Elise. You saved this company, he said. I want you as head of internal audit full-time, if you'll accept. She said yes. 6 months later, at the company party, Nora toddled across the lawn.